Chicago Bears and our home team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Washington, his first carry, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On play action, now Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
6 yards to go.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They'll run with a 3rd-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
First carry from Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Trubisky now down around his goal line. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he's able to get it out of there. Fielded at the 43. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd down, Washington. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Now Carr. brought in by Davis over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Carr on the give. It's Washington. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
This is the former Jet and Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson.
A 27-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut. Picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside.
180. Check 53. So we got man.
Now on 2nd and 13. Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Intended for Taylor Gabriel. Brings up 3rd down and 13.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Going up top for Miller. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check three.
Carr gives it off to Washington. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Check it back.
Now Washington. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Here's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. A Chicago 1st down. The former Jag, Allen Robinson, on the catch from Trubisky. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Chicago! Taylor Gabriel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. to throw again. Carr. Throw right side, caught by Davis. 30, the 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Trevor Davis, his second touchdown on the season. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This is Cohen.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Play action. Now it's Carr.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Kyle Fuller there defensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Trubisky to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Trubisky now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Trubisky will throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. The sack by Marcus Hunt.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing on second and long. Trubisky. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have once again taken the lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this fight? Well, this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. It's Ha-Ha Clinton Dix with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before.
Martavis Bryant past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Martavis Bryant in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We play to win. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play and give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. I got him. On me. Good. Mike Fought 9.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. First down, a run with Cohen. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Rush in. Motion. Mike, 53. Ran, touch. Mike.
On second and 12, Trubisky is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
On third down, Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 18. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Throwing his car on third down. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to...
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Markel Lee leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Trubisky. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A bit of an open. There on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
Check 25. Shift.
They'll run it again with Crowell. He takes this for 3 to the 29. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now it's Crowell running right. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or set packages, don't they?
Now Carr, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Throwing here, Trubisky. Finding Gabriel complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. Caught by Montgomery. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. This is White on the screen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back? And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
From the 29, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Margus Hunt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn. You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does. Aren't I, though?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Carr finds Williams. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Draw play here, Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there, first down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Bears, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.